A very warm welcome to you, ladies and gents, from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. We are currently in X-Plane 12.3.0, and today we are going to be flying from Seattle International to Portland International in the state of Oregon in the US of A in one of my absolute favorite aircraft, no other than the FlyJason-8 Q400, aka Q4XP. Welcome everyone in chat. We have today with us Rand Cooley, my very dear friend. Welcome, glad to have you with me this evening. Captain Andre, welcome aboard. Dominique Marler. Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard. Glad you could make it. I hope you are feeling better, my friend. Golden Aviation, welcome aboard. We have with us also Just, and we have Bellato 42. Welcome aboard, guys. So we are going to be taking a quick look at our Simbri flight plan. For a quick briefing, I think I still don't have Navigraph charts, so let's open that up. And of course, the Q8Pilot channel is powered by Navigraph. Quick piece of info for you guys. The Q8Pilot website is now live and available at www.q8pilot.com. I have pinned the message in chat for you guys to check out the new website. Please do let me know what you think of the new website and the tools that I have developed for you guys, which I hope will enhance your flight simulation experience. We are today going to be departing runway 16 left here at Seattle Tacoma International in Washington State. We are going to be cruising at 17,000 feet, a short flight into Portland International, marginal VFR in Portland today. We're arriving runway 28 left. Should be a fun flight and should be sufficient for me to show you what there is to show in the Q4XP, which is currently under development. An update, a big update, is coming for X-Plane 12.3, which takes advantage of the new weather radar that X-Plane has made now available through the API for the developers to use. So we are here at looking at this beautiful Alaska livery. Now the Q4XP is an aircraft that not only is one of my favorites, but I was actually part of the release of this aircraft. Jack, the developer, the lead developer and the owner of FlyJason, has asked me to help them out with the initial videos. So the videos that you see on the X-Plane org of the aircraft were created by myself, and I had a real blast creating those videos of this rather incredible aircraft. The level of detail and the fidelity that FlyJason brings into this aircraft is really second to none. The very best Dash 8 Q400 available for flight simulation today, and there is a host of new features coming very soon, so I'm quite excited about that. Okay, let us now head into the cockpit. Again, a very nicely modeled 3D cockpit here, as you can see. Very, very nice. It's got some really nice sounds as well. Everything really has been developed with a lot of care. The aircraft has also the VNAV functionality built into it. We're going to take a look at all of that today. So first, we are going to bring up our, let me see here if I can bring up my iPad. I forgot how to how to bring it. It's somewhere here. There's a click spot somewhere here, but all right. So we can go here to the let's see, where's the Fly4XP? Where is the menu? I know it's somewhere here. You click and all right, let me see here. Can we get it from the menu here? No, we can't. Ah, there we go. All right, so pop-up displays, we have the J-pad. There we go. So we'll do it this way. And I think in the settings here, we can see, let's see, yokes, J-pad location, left. There we go. All right. Took me a while to figure that one out. Hello, my friend Doug. Welcome aboard. And we have also Carl in the house. Josh Spella. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us this evening. Looks like the... there we go. That's much better because TC Ryan, welcome aboard. The looks like you guys like the new thumbnail more than the previous one. All right, that's good to know. Okay. Let me go to the very first here. You can see on this very first page, looks like current version, checking for a new version. Doesn't seem like this is working. But I've checked. I don't think there is any other versions today. Okay, so we're going to go to select load. We're going to make sure this is on pounds. And then we are going to bring up our Navigraph charts, and we're going to enter the information here from our flight summary. So number of passengers, we're going to skip the number of passengers. We are going to go direct to the en route time is, by the way, 0 and 40, so about 40 minutes. So we are going to go and enter the zero fuel weight, which is 52221, 52221, and we're going to enter that. That will set everything here in terms of the cargo and the passengers, as you can see. But we also need the fuel. So the fuel, if you look here, this is our takeoff weight. So the takeoff weight is 56930. So if I put here 56930 and I hit enter, it will automatically set everything up here in terms of change the zero fuel weight a little bit. All right, well, that's okay. Let me just put into the correct fuel because that is going to be important. 5109, 5200. 5200 works. Yeah, change the ramp weight now. So let me change this back to 52221, I believe it was 2221. There we go. All right, so now it will change things back here. This is more reasonable, but we have the same amount of fuel. Load summary, everything looks good. We have taxi fuel, 22 pounds. En route fuel use is about 5.7. Landing fuel, 3,320. Total passengers is, we're going to confirm the load, and we're going to do fast load so that it immediately loads the aircraft with the passengers. And as you can see here, we have all the passengers there with the boarding passes as well, which is pretty cool. All right. So we are done here. We are going to put this away, and let me reset my view here, and let's start prepping up the aircraft. So the first thing is we're going to come over here to the overhead panel. We're going to turn on battery master, battery main, auxiliary, standby battery, and everything here. We don't have external power, so we'll leave that. And we're going to come here. We're going to leave everything here alone, and we are going to come down here. We're going to turn on the primary displays only because we don't want to drain our battery. So we are going to turn that. And those are the only ones that we're going to turn on for the time being. And we just want to make sure that the battery is functional. So we're just going to wait for the test here. I love the little flickers there to simulate what really happens in real life, which is pretty cool. All right, so we're going to wait here a little bit. All right, we have the engine display now, and momentarily we'll also get the electrical system. You will notice here that we have the battery discharging right now, and this is, again, very typical with the Q400. The battery drains very, very quickly, and this is why I only turned on the primary displays there for us until we complete the APU fire test. So in order to complete the APU fire test, you can actually do it now, but this is actually not the correct way. What you want to do is you want to turn on the power of the APU control, and now you see that the fuel valve is open, and now you want to do the fire test. You can see that the fuel open light has gone off now, and this indicates that everything is in working order. The minute I release it, it opens again. So this is the correct way. We're going to go now to start, and we'll leave it here. We're going to do the engine fire test 1, engine fire test 2, and that checks okay. We're going to do the cargo fire test at 1 and 2, and the forward baggage compartment, which is a small one, and that's why you've got only one indicator here. We have the generator here, and bleed air is now turned on. We are not going to do anything here. Recirc fans are on. We'll leave the bleed air for the time being. We don't need it at this point. And non-smoking fasten seatbelt signs are on. The emergency lights are armed. Everything here is good. Everything, position lights on. We're going to come here and do a ground test of the flight data recorder. Make sure everything is good here. And then everything is good here. We're going to come and turn on the pitot static and the pilot side window heat. And we're going to put the windshield on normal. We should put it on warm up and then normal, but that's okay. All right, so everything is set here. And now we can turn on the rest of the displays, including our UFMC or McDo or FMS, FMC, whatever you like to call it. Our UNS device is what it is. All right, so that is turned on. We're going to turn on the displays on the captain's side as well. Things like the Maryland Metroliner. Yeah, a lot happened. Yeah. Always, Carl is full of information and full of insight from his real aviation experience. Let's turn that, and we're turning that. Okay, so now all the displays are coming to life, and we're going to come down here, turn on our radios as well. Test in progress. Everything here good. Everything here is good. Perfect, perfect. And now we can start programming the MCDU. Perfect. Or the FMC or the UNS, whatever you want to call it. All right, so here are the displays. Again, it takes a little bit of time for the self-test to complete before the displays are operational. So let me bring up now the universal UNS here, and we're going to do accept. We're going to take note of the nav database, which expires on the 1st of October 2025. Perfect. Next, we're going to go to the flight plan, and we're going to bring up Navigraph charts. We're going to put that on the side. Oof, it says not used now. Oh, what's going on there? All right. We'll worry about it later. All right, so we are currently at Seattle, and we are departing runway 16 right. Says, well, 16 left, beg your pardon. So why is this? Let me just make sure that I have the latest. There we go. Oof, 10 knot headwind. Tailwind. Really? Wow. It says not used. Okay, so 16 left is the departure. And let me go and take a quick look here at the final cruise altitude is 17. And I'm not sure why Navigraph is giving us this. Okay, so let me just go to our flight plan here. So we are going to be departing 16 left direct to the Seattle VOR. So we're going to click here and go SEA, enter, and accept. Next, we're going to go direct to Bozo. Strange name, B-U-W-Z-O. All right, so that's done and dusted. And finally, it's our arrival into Portland, runway 28 left. So we're going to put in Kilo Papa Delta X-ray, enter that, and accept. And then we're going to select Portland. We're going to go to the menu, select arrive, and then it's the 28 left. So that is number 5. We're going to enter that, and the star is the Crater 2. That's the one, so that's number 3. The Bozo transition, that would be number 1. And the approach is the ILS 28 left. That would be number 2. We're going to enter that, and then it looks like there is a transition. So let's go to the approach plate, runway 28 left. 28 left. We're going to select here the one with the localizer, and we're going to zoom in here a little bit. And if you see here, we have the reedy transition. So we're coming from Shane. There's the Schaffer transition right there. And there is also Reedy. So we could just come direct here and go all the way there. So from Shane, we can come here or we can go there. I'm going to, there's a higher altitude here. So we're going to select Reedy, which is number 2. So that's entered. And now if we enter again and go to the flight plan, and go to next, obviously here there is a discontinuity. We are going to click that. It's the vector is not a discontinuity, but we're going to delete it anyway, and that is going to give us a direct path from Shine or Shane to Reedy, and that completes our flight plan. Should be okay. We'll make sure that we reduce our speed before we are at the restrictions here. So there are a few restrictions. And the platform altitude is 2,000 feet, I believe. Yep, 2,000 feet exactly. And we'll worry about the rest of this information later. Perfect. Now we want our zero fuel. So we're going to go back here to fuel. Let me put this away. And we're going to bring this up and zoom in here a little bit. And now we have our zero fuel weight. So you can either go passengers and cargo, or you can add your zero fuel weight, whichever way you prefer. So we're just going to go ahead and put the zero fuel weight, which is 52203. And the reason why this is different is because the APU is running and the aircraft is currently consuming fuel. So the zero fuel weight will obviously change as we burn more fuel. And no, this is zero fuel weight. Shouldn't be affected by fuel. This is this one, takeoff. Fuel weight is what's changing, but this one should be exactly the same. So yeah, this is the fuel. This is the weight of the aircraft with the payload and cargo minus the fuel. This is the takeoff fuel. This is the gross weight. Okay, so the zero fuel weight is 52203. 52203. We're going to enter that. All right. Looks like there was a moment there where where I lost the stream, but hopefully frozen. Yeah, it looks like it's back now, guys. I hope it's okay now. We're back. Yeah, I really am not sure with all these issues with the internet lately. But you are back now. All right, I'm glad that I'm back. Okay, I hope you guys haven't missed much. So we have now entered the zero fuel weight, and we have also entered the fuel on board, and we are pretty much here ready to go. Okay, so we've got here the aircraft. We're going to set our altitude to 17,000 feet. So let's do that here real quick. So that's 17,000. We're going to also change the nav source to FMS1. And we're going to do the same thing on the first officer side. So we're going to go to FMS1 as well. We have here the electrical system. We'll leave this for the time being. And we are now ready to push and start. Perfect. All is well now. Perfect. With interruptions. You shouldn't get any interruptions. I do have the stream running on my iPad, and it's now showing a healthy stream. So let me know if you guys if you are having any issues. All right, so everything is ready now, and we're ready for engine start. So we are going to turn the beacon light to red. Now, in the Dash 8, there isn't a specific switch for the strobe. So the strobe light is really moving the anti-collision light to white, anti-collision. It moves it there. That starts your strobe, basically. So we are all set here. Everything ready. Everything's tested. But there are a few tests that we need to do before we are good. So the first one is we're going to do the quick auto feather test here. So again, this is actually, you can see now the auto feather test is in progress. We are also going to click here for the GPWS test while the auto feather test complete. I'm not sure how we can put the display and still show this, but there's the takeoff warning test here. Want to make sure that works. We're going to also make sure that the angle of attack test, you can see it says IS mismatch, and test 1 as well. And both of these tests work just fine. The stall warning test is the first one here. There we go. So we can see it there. Excellent. And the test 2 as well. And everything checks okay. All right, so this is steering. We'll turn this on a little later. We can have also the terrain radar here working. As you can see, we can remove it if we don't want, and we'll display it on the first officer side a little later. Okay, so all the tests are complete. We're going to go to flight plan. We're going to bring up the second UNS device, and we're going to master fill from FMS1. And now we can see that the cross fill receive is in progress, and now we have the flight plan here on the second page as well. All right, perfect. Everything is ready for engine start. Now, for the engine start, I don't have these separately mapped, so I have to start one in the correct order, and the next one will be already started because those two levers move together in my setup. So my apologies for that. Okay, let's make sure that we have
0110 Zulu. Arriving runways 16 left, 16 center, 16 right. Departing runways 16 left, 16 right. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Sky conditions Q at 4,900. Temperature 16. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3011. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Whiskey.
That was really loud, wasn't it? All right. Let's see.
Information. X-ray 0135 Zulu. Arriving runways 34 right, 34 center, 34 left. Departing runways 34 right, 34 left.
All right. So that was VHF2. It was causing a lot of noise. Let me see if I can bring the volume down. All right. And this one here is VHF1. All right. So we'll leave VHF1. We'll leave VHF2. It's just way too loud. All right. So we are good now, and we can start the push. So we're going to go to better pushback and start the push.
Let me know where you want this thing.
All right, let's see where we are. We are here. I think that's fine.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay. All right. One more thing we want to do is we want to come here and hit on Alt Select. All right. So that is going to ensure that we do not forget this a little later on. And if you click down here, now you've got your speeds as well. You have V1 124, VRotate 124, and V2 128. So we've got our speeds there as well. And everything is in tip-top shape. I'm going to remove the terrain radar. We're going to put it on this side. So now we can go to nav, and that will display the nav here. And we're going to reduce the to 40. Yeah, I think that's good. So we'll leave the terrain radar on this side here. And everything else is good.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Okay, so we'll let him do his thing. We're going to go here to the weather and 3011. So 3011 is now set. And this is, by the way, if you want to set the speed bugs.
We got that winching strap and adapter hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the parking brake when you're ready for a push.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's release the parking brake, and now you'll see that the pushback truck does its thing here, connecting the adapters, and there you go. You can see the aircraft's being lifted now, and we are good to go. I did a restart. Everything's fine now. Perfect.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right. So we're going to push now. There we go. Pushback started. I don't know why it started this way, but that's okay. And we're going to come here to the overhead panel, and we're going to select the engine start, select number 2, and start. Perfect. And now we can do feather, start and feather. And let's switch to the outside. And you can see the engine starting here. And there's an incoming aircraft still on 16 left. So I love the animation of the props there. Very, very nice. All right. Here we go. And we're going to go to maximum now. yeah. Those engine sounds are sensational. Very, very nice. Alrighty. So we have a good start on the first engine. We're going to move up here and we're going to select the second engine. And also we need the anti-skid here so we can test it and then leave it in the on position. And now we have the second engine starting as well. The sounds are just amazing. And here's the second engine. Looks like there is an aircraft coming to land right there. Very, very nice.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
All right.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
How about this? One aircraft's coming to land and another one taking off right here. There you have it. An Alaska airline taking off. Very, very nice. All right, so let's disconnect and we can see there the Alaska airline taking off. Okay, so now we actually need to put this on taxi. We're going to set the flaps to flaps 5. And let's take a quick look here. That's not a very good position to...
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right. There we go. I think here we can see it. Flaps are set. Very, very nice looking aircraft. All right. So all is good here. We are now going to turn on the standby hydraulic pressure, PTU control. We're going to check the hydraulic 3 isolation valve. Just make sure that it works. As you can see, it does work. And then we can close that. We're going to turn on the auxiliary fuel pumps and the auto feather system. And we are pretty much now, let's cancel the master caution here. We are pretty much ready to go. And we are going to turn on the taxi light. We no longer need the APU. So we're going to go bleed air off, generator off, and the power is off. We're going to put the bleeds on. And we'll leave this on minimum. Actually, you know what? Let's just go to normal and we'll leave these off. We'll turn them on just after departure. We're going to need all the power. So we're just going to leave those off for the time being until we are ready to go. Okay, relax and dream. Welcome aboard. It took me 3 hours in 400 nautical miles with the Q400. Something is way wrong. What is wrong, Carl? Because it should take just a bit over 1 hour. Oh, you're talking about something else. Okay. All right. So let's release the parking brake and off we go. Let's see, where's our taxi? We can go this way. All right, there we go. Oh, we need the steering here. So there we go. All right. And now we can steer the aircraft on the ground. Everything is in tip-top shape for our... all right, so we want to go... We are, I believe, in taxi now. Let me see here. Yeah, now we are in taxi range. And everything is good. Perfect. Really a very well developed aircraft, one of the best aircraft for X-Plane 12, and I really was very pleased when this aircraft came out for X-Plane. It was also voted Airliner of the Year during the upon its release, I believe a couple of years, 3 years ago, something like that. Yeah, put in the seat belts for takeoff. But I also highly recommend that you also buckle up and relax, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy the flight. Yeah, very, very nice aircraft, the Dash 8 Q400. System simulation, the visuals of the aircraft, and by the way, not a lot of updates have been brought to this aircraft in terms of its visuals. The systems, it has received a few. It hasn't really received a lot of updates, but the aircraft is already in very good shape. But I know for a fact that there is an incoming massive update to update the aircraft and take advantage of the latest weather radar that is available now from Laminar natively within the sim. I'd like to invite you guys once more to check out the new Q8Pilot website at www.q8pilot.com. I've developed a few tools that I hope will help you, one of which is probably one of the most asked questions on the channel: how do I calculate top of descent? In that tool on the website, not only do I provide you with the tool, but I actually provide you with the rule of thumb of how the tool calculates the data. Overall, check out the website. I'm very happy with how it looks now, and I've received a few comments from you guys during the initial launch on the community tab, and I have heeded the advice received. Some of you said that they wanted a more aviation looking theme, so I made those changes for you as well to give you a much better look once you are there and ensure a good experience for you guys. All right, this is 16 left, ladies and gents, and we are ready to go. So I'm going to turn on our landing lights. The strobe lights are on, taxi lights off, and everything else is in tip-top shape. Perfect. Let's line up and let's take this beautiful bird to the skies. All right, lined up here. The one thing that we want to do is maybe turn off the steering here, and we are good to go. Okay. We need to remove the lock, and we're good. Another thing that we need to do is we need to take this to flight range. And now we can go. All right. Speed set for takeoff. We'll rotate at 124. V1. Rotate. What a beautiful aircraft to hand fly. Right, positive rate of climb, and gears going up. You have got to adore the hand flying of the Dash 8. Right, we're just going to climb and maintain the speed. We are above 1,000 feet AGL, so we're bringing this to props 980 or 900, beg your pardon. Okay, and we're going to pitch down here a little bit. Want to gain a little bit of speed. Beautiful clouds here as we depart Seattle. All right, that's about 200. Very nice. All right. We can go now to autopilot. And we're going to go to nav. We're going to go to IAS. And we can increase the speed a little bit to 200 knots for the climb. We can turn off the fuel pumps and auto feather. We're going to come here and turn on the bleed air. Otherwise, you can see again the cabin is now pressurizing. Has pressurized now, as we will need it after we pass 10,000 feet. And everything now is looking good. Perfect. We're going to change this here a little bit so we can see a little farther in our path. And everything else is in tip-top shape here. Let's take a look. We need only to set this to TARA. And there we go. Perfect. Guys, look at this scene here. Look at those clouds as we depart Seattle. Very, very nice indeed. And again, I'm not using any enhancements whatsoever. This is all X-Plane default scenery. Sky colors are beautiful. The clouds are fantastic. And X-Plane rocks, ladies and gents. Here's a view on those beautiful propellers. This aircraft, by the way, has a really nice cabin as well. Fully interactive seats, as you can see here. Very, very nice cabin, and you can open the food tray here, food tray table, which is pretty cool. There you go. And then I forgot how to close it. So, is it here? Yeah, it's here. There we go. All right. And you can also actually manipulate the... if you go here to the aircraft... where is it? Is it here somewhere? I forgot where it is. I forgot where it is. I think... No, not this one here. Gee, I don't remember. Ah, there we go. So over here, you can actually control the cabin temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit. You can change the lights, the temperature, you know, all the different lights, lavatory. You can turn these on and off to your liking exactly. So lots and lots of features again in this aircraft, and everything is simulated, I think, to a high degree of fidelity. Okay, we don't need the standby hydraulic. PTU control, we'll leave it. And everything else here looks good. Excellent. We have the alt select at 17, so 5,000 feet to go. All right, perfect. Let me bring the sounds down a little bit. So maybe interior sounds, we'll bring those down. Excellent. Much better. All right. We have Shaker Pepper 60. Welcome to the Q8Pilot Channel. Welcome to the family, my friend. Glad to have you with us today. Watching from Rio de Janeiro. I love your videos. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And a very warm regards to all my friends and followers in Rio de Janeiro. Welcome. You have to manage the propeller angle, pitch, and torque to avoid overstressing the engines and also sufficient power. Yeah, the food price starts at $10. No drinks on this plane, though. When you set speeds, there is a flat retract speed. What does it mean? Flap retract speed. You mean here? Is that what you mean? So the flap retract speed normally is the speed at which you can retract your flaps. So there is you cannot retract the flaps before you reach that speed. That's what it is, essentially. It's essentially close to V2. That's correct. It's normally V2 plus 10. normally, but I think it differs from one aircraft to the other. So we are 1,000 feet from our final cruise altitude, and things are in tip-top shape. We could have, by the way, started our clock here. So if I go to set there, these are the different times. I'm not sure if actually, there we go. And now that starts the clock for you, which is, again, pretty cool. All right, you'll see now that the speed is going to increase, and we are going to push this for standard baro, although we are not at 18,000, but that's all right. We'll set it there, and we are now going to, as we arrive into cruise, we're going to go down to 850. All right, and we are going to ease off on the power here. We don't really want to increase the speed too much at this point. 220 knots is fine. We'll keep it there. We are now cruising at 17,000 feet, which is our cruise altitude. And we are not too far, actually, from top of descent. If you look at our calculation, we are going to begin at crater here. So at crater here, we'll begin the descent. So if I go to our Navigraph charts here, and if I go to the flight, and we look here, it says descent to destination 900, so we can actually begin the descent right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to VNAV, and I'm going to put the target vertical speed to 1500, okay? And I'm going to say enter. Now it's going to automatically calculate my current position, my current speed, and then it's going to tell me that the top of descent is in 30 nautical miles. So 30 nautical miles from this position, we are, so from position, as you can see, that. So it actually does the top of descent calculation for you depending on the desired vertical speed. If I said 1,000, it would probably give us like immediate. So we'd have to immediately begin the descent. Now we are going to descend to 2,000 feet. Let me make sure our speed, our speed seems to be increasing here. So I'm going to ease off there on the throttle a little bit. And there we go. All right, we want to maintain about 232. That's fine. And we are going to begin the descent in 27 nautical miles. Now, we can also use VNAV. I haven't really seen VNAV work. Yeah, it's... you can press VNAV here, and it will show you the vertical and lateral guidance for you to basically descend when required, so that you don't miss your top of descent. Hello, Mohan. How are you doing, my friend? How do I donate to the Q8Pilot channel? Oh, well, thank you very much in advance. You can always do a super chat if you like. I have removed the PayPal donations, but you know, if that's something you guys want to do, I'll bring it back for you guys. I just, you know, I mean, I don't want to really put a burden on you guys, but, you know, yeah, if you like to do a super chat, that's within the chat here. You can do it, of course, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate any support that you guys provide to the channel. Now, one thing I'd like to kind of let you guys on is I am very near to retirement. So here in Kuwait, you can retire and at an early, you can go on early retirement and, you know, get your benefits and all that. So I am really considering that, and I'm considering actually going full time on YouTube, both on the Q8Pilot channel and my other channel, Genovate, which is the AI tutorials, guides, and news that I've established recently. So now you can see, by the way, here, let me zoom in. So now you can see the top of descent very clearly shown because we have entered it into the FMC. And by the way, you can also go to VT, where is it? VNAV, VTO. So from VTO, you can also select the waypoint at which you want to begin the descent, it will automatically also select the desired, feet per minute that you need to descend at. So there's two ways that you can do in the Q400. Today, I have chosen to select, the just entering the vertical speed and letting the FMC calculate the top of descent, and now you can see it very clearly displayed here, TOD, so you really can't miss it. Now, if we go and click on VNAV, we'll leave it there. It says FD mode inhibit. We're just going to leave it now, and once we are closer to the top of the descent, you'll see that you'll get the vertical and lateral guidance for your descent. I am going also, as soon as we begin the descent, we'll also get the altimeter, and we will enter that, and then we'll be good to go. The first thing here we want to do is I want to reset the altitude.
Q8 full time. Yes.
Hey, Rand, thank you very much for coming in with a $20 super chat. Really appreciate that, Rand. Thank you very much. You're very, very kind, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go to 2,000 feet. And now you can see here, you see the vertical guidance here. And this is our top of descent. Let me just show you here real quick. So this is top of descent. You'll see this little magenta rectangle moving down, indicating that you're getting closer to top of descent. And that's when we can either go to vertical speed. VNAV will not work. So this is VNAV. Let's try it. I have VNAV now enabled, and let's see if that's something that we can get to work this time. All right, so we have VNAV operational. In the previous flight that I've done, it didn't work out. So here is the result of the poll. So I'm going to say end here so you guys can take a look at the result. And it looks like most of you like the new thumbnail. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use it. We're going to use it from this point forward. I would like to see the Q400 in hard, challenging approaches. It is challenging, believe me. Every approach in the dash is very challenging. There isn't a single approach in the Dash 400 that isn't challenging, just as the nature of the aircraft.
More for the kitty.
Oh, thank you very much.
Explain forever.
Oh, thank you very much, Carl. I really appreciate that. Coming in with $25 in super chat. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Both you and Rand, I thank you very much, guys. Really very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll see now if the VNAV, if the automatic descent works in this case. And hopefully it does. We do have VNAV operational. But sometimes, all right, it says VNAV path. So that we can see. But I don't see the aircraft. It is descending now. All right, perfect. So now you can see, this is, I think, the very first time I'll show you guys how VNAV works in the Dash 8. So it does work exactly as expected. I haven't really seen a lot of pilots, though, use this function in the Dash 8. I've always seen like vertical speed. What I heard is in real life, it's not very accurate. I really don't know how accurate that assessment is. But you can see in the Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim, you can definitely set your TOD, and you can set it either by selecting a VTO, so a specific waypoint in your path to begin the descent, or you can specify the vertical speed at which you want to descend, which is 1,500 feet in this case, and the aircraft hitting VNAV, the aircraft will automatically descend. Looks like we need to ease off on the power here. And we need to go from 850 to 900. Right, and I'm just going to ease off here on the power. And make sure we slow down the aircraft. Let's take a quick look at the outside, guys. And there you have it. Again, very, very nice visuals in this version of X-Plane. just lovely. I think our landing lights are still on. So let's turn those off. And we're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. Ah, they are already on, so we'll just leave those on. Okay. All right. Perfect. All is looking good. And we continue the descent towards Portland International. And we can see here from the terrain radar, there is a little bit of mountainous terrain ahead. We should be fine. And maybe we can also reduce our rate of descent a little bit. Maybe once we are at 10,000 feet, we'll reduce it. I'm going to just give it a little power here to hold at about 240 knots as we make our way towards Portland. It just doesn't want to land. It took a long time to land it correctly. However, I mean approaches in airports like Innsbruck. Okay. Well, definitely we can do that. I think, though, Innsbruck is probably overdone in flight simming. Probably one of the most visited airports in flight simulation, generally speaking, is Innsbruck. But yeah, if you guys like me to do that, we can definitely do Innsbruck, or maybe we can pick something a little bit more exotic. But we'll see. The Norwegian regional airline White Rose, is it stitches between all the decent modes, VNAV, VS, and pitch hold. I have been sitting jump seat oh, that's very cool. You are a very lucky man. Try Aspen in the Rockies. All right, we can definitely do that in the upcoming streams. Right, we are approaching 10,000 feet now. And things are looking good. And yeah, I think we can cut down on the... All right, so one thing I'd like to do here is I want to go to heading. And we're going to set the heading to... we're going to set the heading right there. Okay. And the one thing I want to grab here is we are going to go to our runway. And what I'd like to do is 283 is... All right, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to heading mode. All right, so heading mode. Then we're going to go to the nav source. And we are going to select... let's see, VOR, ILS1. All right, and we're going to set the course to 283. 283, and then we're going to switch the nav source back to FMS, and we're going to go back to nav. There we go. We are at 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming on, and we need to set the ILS frequency as well. So the ILS frequency is 110.5. We're going to come down here, and it looks like we have 110.5 and 110.5 already in the radios there, so we're good. Some marginal VFR conditions. Very, very nice clouds, guys, here as we arrive into Portland. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed. That is a beautiful, beautiful scene here as we arrive into Portland. All right, so we're going to continue our descent now, and everything is looking good. We are below 10,000, and we can turn on... What is it asking us here? Let's go to message here real quick. Yeah, top of descent alert. Okay. All right, so we do have a restriction here at 6,000, which I think should be fine as we continue our descent. I'm going to reduce our rate of descent a little bit. So maybe we go down to, let's see. There we go. And we continue here the descent. Things are looking good. Gibraltar is scenic and nice approach. Yes, definitely. London City is another nice one. Yeah, for sure. Carl the Sheriff. You can change the course by holding the format button. Format button. Ah, I didn't know that. This one here. I see. Okay. All right, looks like we need to pitch a little bit, increase our rate of descent. As you can see, I love the fact that you get the vertical guidance here. All right, let's set up the altimeter. Where's the weather here? The weather is 3006. All right, 3006 is now set. And we are looking good. Perfect. We'll let the aircraft descend now to the platform altitude. We still have quite a way to make our turn, so we're fine in terms of altitude, not worried about that. We do have some terrain, so we want to avoid that. So if I look here, there we go. You see here, I think this is 6500. So maybe once we are here, we can just go to Hipster, fly direct from Cheyenne or Shine here, directly to Hipster, and to avoid the flight, the altitude restrictions in that area. You don't have to change nav source. Yeah, got you. Nose points 3 degrees down. The VNAV mode wants to make your plane pitch 2.5 degrees down. They just go the little under the decent path to keep assigned speed. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. All right. So here we are. We're looking okay. And I can see there is something lurking here between the clouds. And those clouds are looking really nice, I have to say. Look at that, guys. Yeah. Very nice. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Hipster here. So I'm going to go direct. I want to reduce our rate of descent. There we go. And I want to go direct. So we're going to go to DTO. And we're going to select number 11. And I'm going to say enter. And now the aircraft is going to turn over to Hipster here. We are at a reasonable altitude. And we need to clear another 2,000 feet for our platform altitude. So things are good. And we begin the descent then towards Portland. Okay. At this altitude, we are going to bring back the auxiliary fuel pumps. You do not need auto feather. The auto feather is only required for takeoff. And the standby hydraulics will come on as well. V Sky Check in the house, ladies and gents. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us here today, V Sky Check. To see more wind traps training before the snow arrives in the Q400. Right, we're looking good, folks, and things are looking in tip-top shape at this point. We are flying direct here, so if you look here, this is the original flight path, and this is the direct to that we put in. So we are looking good. We are going obviously through some clouds here, so wow, look at this. I love it when you go through the clouds in X-Plane. Looks just really, really good. All right, 800 feet to our platform altitude. We are looking good. Everything is configured. 1,000 feet to go. And we should be arriving into Portland shortly. All right. Now, for the landing today, we are going to be doing flaps 15. So we're not going to do, so the final flap setting here is 35. We're going to do flaps 15 for the arrival. And everything should be fine. I'm going to reduce this to 20 nautical miles. That's 20. There we go. Okay.
Terrain, 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 terrain.
Yeah, obviously we are coming out of the... Right, not sure what it's doing. Why did it go to 1800? That's 2000 is what we want. So I'm not sure why I might have done it by mistake. But let me go ahead and say Alt select here. There we go. All right. All right, so we have the runway in sight. And what we're going to do now is we are going to switch the nav source to, let's see here. There we go. We're going to go to approach. Okay, perfect. And we're just going to give it a little bit of power here as it aligns with the runway. Localizer is captured. It's doing a little bit of strange things. But that's okay. There we go. Let me set my view. And we have the runway in sight. And the speed, if we click here once, it will set the speeds for us. So we're going to start reducing our speed. Okay. Glide slope is active. And you'll see the aircraft pitching down now. Brilliant. And we're going to go ahead and lower the landing gear. Very nice approach. And speed check, flaps 15. Right, now we have to just maintain our speed and be very careful as we come into land. We are all configured. We're going to go ahead and turn off the APU bleeds now. And everything else is perfect. All right. Let's see if we can bring this aircraft nicely on the runway. And here's my view is reset. This is a spectacular approach into Portland International, ladies and gents. Look at the lighting system, the clouds, the sun, everything just looks sensational. All right, we're coming up to 1,000 feet. All right, and autopilot disengaged my aircraft. And we just have to be careful with the speeds there. And the aircraft, again, very minor changes on the Dash 8. You don't have to go crazy on the controls. Again, I want to reduce our speed just a notch here as we arrive into Portland. Now, with the Dash 8, you don't really want to reduce the power. You just let the aircraft land itself pretty much. and do the flare right before you hit the ground, and that will ensure that you don't float too much. So we are just a tot too fast coming in.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right. And let's bring this down. Maximum reverse. Ladies and gents, welcome to Portland International Airport in the state of Oregon. All right, perfect. All right, let's turn on the steering. And now we are going to take a look at our landing. Let's see how well we've done maintaining the touchdown zone and the center line and all that good stuff. So let's take a look. I think we were, just outside the touchdown zone, so not totally legal, but let's take a look. Wow, the beauty of X-Plane 12 right there, ladies and gents. Let's remove that. Bit of a floater. But definitely a very buttery landing for your viewing pleasure. Took me a while to put the nose down too, but we just wanted to make sure it's like the perfect landing. Center line was maintained. I give the landing overall a 7 out of 10, just for missing the touchdown zone. But look at the gear when it hits. The animation is simply outstanding. So wow, look at this, guys. Look at this view here of the Dash 8 as we come into land, and the entire scene here in X-Plane looks just sensational. Very, very nice indeed. Look at that. Very nice. Here's my favorite replay angle. And let's take a look at this rather magnificent aircraft for X-Plane 12. Pretty cool, isn't it? Right, let's do it one more time here. And maybe this time we'll do a flyby camera for the... there we go. There. This is a tower view. Can we see the aircraft? Yeah, there's our aircraft. But we'll just do a flyby this time. Come on. All right. Okay, we're going to come up here and power, start, and we're going to start the APU. This was a fun flight for sure. Yeah, the lighting in X-Plane is just amazing. Right, we're going to take this to taxi. And there's the terminal. Let's retract the flaps. And taxi lights on, landing lights off. And this goes to red. Position lights are on. And the start generator bleed air is on. Excellent. We'll leave this on normal. We don't need the bleeds right now. And everything else is good. Okay, perfect. Really was a fun flight. I really, guys, enjoy the Dash 8. It's a really fun aircraft to fly. Hand flying the aircraft is a real joy. The aircraft behaves like the Dash 8. If you go and read about the Dash 8, you will really appreciate what FlyJSIM has done with the Dash 8 Q400. Very nice aircraft, really, and it's worth its money. It really is worth its money. Very well developed, no bugs, no issues there. So, and we are, again, due for an update, which is coming soon. And I believe probably FlyJSIM will release the changes after the final release of X-Plane. I don't think that we will get a beta in the beta of X-Plane. I think it will come out maybe a little after, after the release of X-Plane from its current beta state. Thank you very much, Preacher Pilot 737. Appreciate it, my friend. Glad you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed having you here. What size monitor do you use, Q8? Right now, I'm using a 366 hertz 2K monitor. I started using this monitor after I've had a lot of issues with the 4K monitor that I used to have. Not with the sim, but with the actual display itself. So I decided to revert to my 2K monitor. But the streams are scaled down to a 1080p. And that's because of bandwidth issues with my internet provider. So I really can't use anything more than that. So I'm not following the ground markings there. So, but that's all right. We're just going to come here and bring the aircraft to a complete stop. Yeah, the ATC would be really shouting at me at this point. But that's all right. Okay, let me just bring it here. There we go. And parking brake set. And now we can, let's see, do we have the, yeah, we have the bleeds on. So we can now bring the engines, we're going to cut off the fuel. There we go. And we can come up here. And we are going to, let's make sure that the engines are off. Okay, perfect. So we can kill the taxi lights. And the beacon light can go off. Position lights will leave. We can now turn off the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs. And we're going to come here. And we're going to go to select next load. Let's see. I think there is a way to, I think I messed it up. I should have fast unload, start unloading. There we go. All right. We can actually connect the GPU now. And we can come up here and we can turn on the external power. Yeah, the bus is fine here. And now we can turn off the APU. And now the aircraft is being, you can see that the door is open. And you'll see also you can see the beautiful lights here on the stairs, which looks really, really nice. Look at the clouds, guys, here. Looks really, really good. Let me just bring the sounds here. Tab, I think you can't do it for the GPU. But overall, this looks really, really nice in Portland here in X-Plane 12.3. Here, look at that. And a very, very nice looking scene here with the clouds and the lights. The waves here, just everything looks just fantastic, really. Ryan Oliveira, welcome to Captain, my friend. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Welcome, my friend. I appreciate the support. Well, folks, this really brings us to the conclusion of our flight today. I have some good news for you, is that the tollless A320 CEO is right around the corner. So we might be receiving it tomorrow from Tollus, and once we receive it, I will definitely make a video here and on the channel, if of course they don't impose any embargo. But it is coming very soon. But now do they? Well, okay. So pretty much this is what I wanted to share with you in this live stream. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. We are going to be taking a look at the Tollus Airbus A320ceo next here on the channel. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.